God bless you guys. We are finally in chapter 6 of the book of Proverbs. Let's begin.
Like a deer from the hunter. Dear friend, if you've gone into hock with your neighbor or locked yourself into a deal with a stranger, if you've impulsively promised the shirt off your back and now find yourself shivering out in the cold, friend, waste a minute. Get yourself out of that mess. You're in that man's clutches. Go, put on a long face. Act desperate. Don't procrastinate. There's no time to lose. Run like a deer from the hunter. Fly like a bird from the trapper.
Amen. I mean, right off the top, this one starts off with a bang, and it's basically talking about humility. If you've been in a situation, I mean, I kind of get myself sometimes in some of these situations where, you know, I'll I'll overextend myself, you know and it's what is basically the writer is saying. If you overextend yourself, if you have promised something that you're not going to be able to produce, if you're the if sometimes we act out of emotions, and like he says right here, he says it very clearly. It says if you act, if you basically told your neighbor, hey man, I'm gonna do this for you and I promise you this and that, and then you end up with with the shirt off your back out there in the cold. I mean, what good does that do you? Um, he's basically saying, go in humility. Go back to that person in humility. Get out. You have placed yourself in the clutches of someone, or because of a promise that you are not able to keep. He's saying basically, you know what? Be humble. Go back over there. And act like you're trying to get away like a bird from a trap. Do your best. In other words, don't procrastinate. Do your best. Get out of that bad situation. It's okay to say, hey, I think I overextended myself. I think I was wrong, and now I am suffering because of this. And it takes humility to do that. So, sometimes that's really difficult to do, and we end up um, doing this little funny style type of business with people to where we resent them because of something that we put ourselves in, and that we're so prideful that we won't humble ourselves to go to that person and say, look, I messed up, I am sorry, maybe I should not have um promised this. I'm not able to um I'm not able to produce this thing that I promised, or I'm not able to be there when I told you, or I'm not able to accomplish that which I promised that I would do for you. And just to be humble and say that you can't or you're not able to, it's really important. Let's continue.
A lesson from the ant. You lazy fool. Look at an ant. Watch it closely. Let it teach you a thing or two. Nobody has to tell it what to do. All summer it stores up food. At harvest, it stockpiles provisions. So how long are you going to laze around doing nothing? How long before you get out of bed? A nap here, a nap there, a day off here, a day off there. Sit back, take it easy. Do you know what comes next? Just this. You can look forward to a dirt-poor life. Poverty, your permanent house guest.
I love this part right here. you know it tells you, what, a little bit sleep here, a little slumber there, a little folding of the arms, and next thing you know, poverty will come marching through your home, like an armed bandit. That's how it says it in other translations. But I love the fact that it uses a tiny little insect, an ant, to illustrate such an enormous problem that we deal with in a daily basis, and that is of we're very lethargic, very slow to do what we supposed to do, and we just are, let's just say, straight up lazy. We expect everything to be done for us. We don't want to get out there and get our hustle on. And you know what? We are that way, not just in the physical, but also in the things of the spirit, which means when it comes down to it, we're not reading the word, we're not getting in the word. I mean, we go to the church to get spoon fed, and we end up thinking that that's the way it's supposed to be. No, you're supposed to be getting the word on your own. You're supposed to be doing that on your own. The ant, nobody tells it what to do, yet it does what it's supposed to do. Amen. Think about what it's saying. See you in the next one.